fashion stream, political Sundays. We're getting stuff. We're getting stuff down. And I need to make more clips. The number one worst thing to do is not make content anywhere else but Twitch. And that is what's killing me. Is that I have a whole bunch of shit to say. And I could put it out there, and it would probably bring people in, because stuff spreads like wildfire on the internet. If you have something that's, if you have an opinion that's agreeable or people can bounce off of, like my dick, no, I'm just if you have something that people can actually, create a conversation around, then that does make your brand a little bit more approachable. And that's my biggest problem, is I'm not putting out all the stuff out there that actually probably could create conversations. So I need to work on that for sure. I need to just start clipping my own shit. What I need to do is stop. I need to stop going to other people's content, and I need to start creating my own. She is more always respected by the king and praised by blah, blah, blah. I read that. And in the same manner, if a wife becomes separated from her husband and falls into distress, she can support herself easily, even in a foreign country, by means of her knowledge of these arts. Yes, if you have something to fall back on, you are never without options. Even the bare knowledge of them gives attraction to a woman and to a man. Through the practice of them, though the practice of them may only be possible or otherwise according to the circumstances of each case, a man who is versed in these arts, who is loquacious and acquainted with the arts of gallantry, gains very soon the hearts of women, even though he is only acquainted with them for a short time. Loquacious. I've heard that word and I looked it up before, but I'm going to look it up again. Loquacious. Tending to talk a great deal. Talkative. Like me? Am I loquacious? Who is versed in these arts. Who is loquacious and acquainted with the arts. Oh, like I was saying, able to actually talk about something. Like, is knowledgeable about their arts, what they do, even if it's for a short time. The life of a citizen. Having thus acquired learning, a man with the wealth that he may have gained by gift, conquest, purchase, deposit, or inheritance from his ancestors, should become a householder and pass the life of a citizen. He should take a house in a city or large village, or in the vicinity of good men, or in a place which is the resort of many persons. This abode should be situated near some water and divided into compartments for different purposes. Okay, so being organized and being close to actual water. Knowledge. I would never live anywhere like where there is no river or large body of water. I'm forever going to be by the water because you need water. To be by the water is to be by a source of life, especially clean water, like potable water. That's my life. Let me see. Compartment different purposes. It should be surrounded by a garden and also contain 2 rooms, an outer and an inner one. The inner room should be occupied by the females, one with the outer room, while the outer room, balmy with rich perfumes, should contain a bed agreeable to the sight, covered with clean white cloth, low in the middle part, having garlands and bunches of flowers upon it, and a canopy above it and 2 pillows. One at the top, another at the bottom. There should be also a sort of couch besides, and at the head of this, a sort of stool, on which should be placed the fragrance ointments. I'm sorry, I'm squinting to read this. Ointments for the night, as well as flowers. Pots containing, what is that, collyrium, and other fragrant substances. Things used for perfuming the mouth and the bark of the common citron tree. Near the couch on the ground, there should be a pot for spitting, a box containing ornaments, and also a lute hanging from a peg made of the tooth of an elephant. Probably shouldn't do that today since elephant poaching is so big, but hey, this was written in a different time. A board for drawing, a pot containing perfume. Man, there's a lot of perfume going on. No, this is probably why Indian houses always be like having mad fragrances. You ever walked into an Indian person's house who's like, you know, like they actually got it going on? Like they're hella fragrances. Hella. Like no exaggeration. You get hit with like 30 different smells you walk into their house. Like cinnamon, like tree bark, some type of like lavender or like cedar or sage or something, like eucalyptus. They be having mad flavors and stuff in their house. Yeah, I guess this is why. This is just a cultural thing. Let me see. Yellow amaranth. Amaranth flowers. Not far from the couch and on the ground, there should be a round, what is that, seat, a toy cart, and a board for playing with dice. Where's the toy cart come into play? Dice I get, but what's the cart come into play? Never just seen a grown-ass man sitting in a toy cart? You never see some shit like that before? The outer room, there should be cages of birds. Also appear to apply generically to inhabitant of Hindu. Oh, such as quail, partridges, parrots, starlings, etc. And a separate place for spinning, carving, and such like diversions. Spinning, carving, and such like diversions. So like a hobby. Basically they're saying like, bro, your room needs to smell so goddamn good. And there needs to be something for people to do in there or to make it look like you actually have stuff to do. In the gardens, there should be a whirling swing. A whirling swing? And a common swing. Okay. There's also a bower of creepers covered with flowers, in which a raised, what is that, parterre should be made for sitting. What the fuck is a parterre? I know boughs of creepers, basically like vine flowers. But a parterre? Parterre. A level space in a garden or yard occupied by an ornament arrangement of flower beds. North American English. The part of the garden floor of an auditorium in the rear and on the sides, especially part beneath the balcony. Okay, so a level space in a garden or yard occupied by an ornamental arrangement of flower beds. Parterre. Even have some pictures. Okay, cool. Parterre. Alright, well that's page 17. I'm going to continue reading this later, but that's all I wanted to do for the stream. About 40 minutes of streaming. almost an hour. I don't need to do an hour. Not until I can start making actual content. I'll start. If I get to the point where I'm getting like 5 people in the stream, then we can chill and hang out for an hour. But this is just me by myself, so I'm just gonna cut it right here. And turn this into a VOD. If you enjoyed, I'm glad. And I hope you enjoy the next one as well. Bye.